As many of you know, forest rangers, we patrol and we protect millions of acres of land that make up the Adirondack and Catskill parks, and we're all proud of that, and I hope you folks are proud of that as well. But to protect the public and to protect the natural resources, the forest ranger has to be there, and he or she has to be equipped to patrol safely and effectively. In remote locations, the forest ranger is a familiar face to the public, and the forest ranger has always been the one that your family is happy to see in their campsite, happy to see come to their child's classroom, and happy to see on the trail when you go hiking. You know we're out there to help you, and I think you want us to be able to continue to be out there to help you keep you safe. And I'm here asking you for the ability to continue to do that. We all understand the state has been through a very significant financial crisis, and we're very pleased to see Governor Cuomo's 2012 budget allowed for 2 new classes of state troopers. And we were again pleased to see this year for the 2013 budget that there are over 300 new state troopers, hopefully going to be coming on. However, no new forest ranger have been hired since 2008, and many have retired. And our force is down by about 20% smaller than it was a few years ago. There are a lot of communities, both upstate and downstate, where the forest ranger is retired and no one's there to take his place. For the first time in many years, we have no forest rangers protecting the coastal wetlands of Mount Loretto on Staten Island, and we don't have anyone there because we simply don't have the personnel to put there. And I would urge the funding be allocated for a new academy class of state forest rangers. Being a forest ranger is an old and time-honored profession. We've been around for 125 plus years. I'm very proud of that. We're all very proud of that. And I wish that all we needed were Stetson hats and strong boots to do our job, but we need a lot. We need more than that. We need trucks to get the forest rangers to the trailhead. We need fire engines to help the local volunteers fight the fires. And we need command vehicles to organize the searches for lost kids. And we need boats to patrol the rivers and lakes, and we just need a lot of very specialized equipment. And when you say, is it important, well, you decide, is it important? When a child is missing, or when your house is threatened by fire, or your community has suffered a major disaster, you know, it is important. We need to be there. It's very important.
So in closing, I would ask that if you folks could do whatever is possible to, one, restore the funding that's been removed from the DEC operational budget, to ensure that that money is there to help replace our aging law enforcement fleet, as well as the first responders, SPO responders fleet vehicles, and to ensure that money is put in place so that we can have a training academy. And also would ask that it be worded in such a way that if those funding was returned, the DEC would know that that funding was specifically earmarked for emergency service personnel within their department. Thank you.
A continuing issue of growing concern, unaddressed in the governor's proposed budget, is the low manpower in our agencies. While we applaud the governor's proposal on hiring an additional class of state troopers, there is no mention of PBA represented agencies. Currently, SUNY continues to hire on a campus-by-campus level. DEC has a scheduled May environmental conservation class and Forest Ranger Academy, and the Park Police currently have a recruit class of 38. But the attrition rate at SUNY is almost 1-for-1. DEC has a third of its police forces eligible to retire at any one given moment. And the Park Police still remain at a little over half the proposed staffing level and is in a current manpower crisis. The lack of hiring is further compounded by recruitment and retention because of inequity in the retirement system and on-duty injury protection. These problems are the root cause of low staffing. In fact, we have numerous vacant positions in the different police titles in our unit, resulting in an inability to adequately respond to incidents such as the discharge of toxic waste, a lost child in the woods, or the aforementioned hurricane. or even a large-scale critical incident on one of our parks or SUNY campuses. Based on current data, these vacancies will rise considerably as there are a considerable number of retirements anticipated in the coming years. As such, the PBA requests the additional funding be allocated to fully staff the State University Police, the Environmental Conservation Police, the Park Police, and the State Forest Rangers.